Hello and welcome back to the Instagram for Bosses podcast. I'm Andrea and my mission is to simplify Instagram marketing so you can consistently attract ready to invest clients without posting every day or living on your phone. Today I want to talk about something I am seeing everywhere right now that's absolutely costing established businesses new clients without them even realizing it. Your Instagram content is being ignored. And before you start blaming the algorithm, hear me out because the algorithm isn't the bad guy this time. The real issue at play is your messaging. And today I'm going to show you exactly what I mean by that, what it looks like in practice, and what you can do about it. So let's talk about what's happening on Instagram right now because context matters. AI tools have made it easier than ever to create content. You can open ChatGPT or Claude, type in a prompt, and have a caption in less than 30 seconds. And look, I use AI every single day in my agency. It's a tool and it's a powerful one at that, but only when a human expert is at the helm guiding it. Where the problem shows up is that AI runs on patterns. It's consumed billions of pieces of content and it knows what social media captions are supposed to look like. So when you ask it to write one for your skin clinic or your interior design business or your Pilates studio, it produces something that looks like a social media caption. It's structured perfectly. Everything is grammatically correct. Theoretically, it ticks all the boxes. Yet it's completely and utterly forgettable. And here's why. AI doesn't know your ideal client the way you do. Sure, you can train it by uploading your ideal client avatar, brand kit, and tone of voice guide. And I won't argue that doing those things won't give you a better output than just using a blank prompt. But the AI still lacks real-time context, genuine taste, and the kind of decision-making that comes from years of sitting across the real clients, in real conversations and understanding not just what they say, but what they mean underneath it. So it writes for everyone, and content that speaks to everyone ultimately speaks to no one. The result is a feed full of content that blends in, gets scrolled past, and doesn't actually get you any new leads and clients. So let's take a look at what this actually looks like in practice, because once you hear it, you'll recognize it immediately. There are certain patterns that give AI content away instantly, and once you see them, you won't unsee them. The first, and in my opinion, the most obvious, is the it's not X, it's Y pattern. I'm sure you've seen this, and if you haven't, get ready because you're going to start to notice it everywhere. It's not about posting more, it's about posting with purpose. It's not about followers, it's about connection. And look, this is technically fine, it's just completely generic and overdone. Nobody reads that and thinks, wow, she's really inside my head. And the next one is the word elevate. And this one stings a little bit because I used to love this word, but I've been completely turned off it now because it's everywhere. Elevate your skincare routine, elevate your wedding day, elevate your brand. This is a big AI tell and can turn off your audience immediately. The next one is the vague promise with no specificity. Our HydraFacial will leave your skin glowing all year round. Okay, well, so will every other HydraFacial on offer from every other skin clinic. That tells your ideal client nothing she doesn't already know, and it gives her no reason to choose you over your competitors. Here's what specific messaging looks like instead. Another month's passed, and you've hit empty on yet another serum that claimed it was Botox in a bottle. Your routine isn't the problem. There's build-up blocking absorption, and your skin simply can't receive what you're giving it. Our HydraFacial clears that congestion, removes the build-up, and leaves your skin in a state where everything you put on it afterward will actually do its job. Feel the difference? The first caption could have been written by anyone. The second one makes a specific person stop and think, that is exactly what's happening with my skin. She's just described the exact same scenario I found myself in this morning. And that's the moment you're chasing with every single piece of content you create. The moment where your ideal client feels genuinely seen and not just marketed at. This isn't something AI can manufacture. It's something that can only come from knowing your ideal client at a depth that most businesses never bother to reach. So how can you master specific messaging? I hate to say it, but there's no quick fix or magical solution here. You need to actually take the time to do the research to know and understand your ideal client as a real human being. Not just her demographics, lifestyle, and interests. You need the specifics. What does their Tuesday morning look like when things aren't working? What do they say out loud about their problem? And what do they actually feel underneath all of that? What have they already tried that hasn't worked? What do they lie awake at night thinking about? And what desires do they daydream about? What are their biggest hopes and dreams? When you know these things on a deep level, your content will be transformed. It might feel counterintuitive, but the more specific you are, the deeper the connection you create, not the other way around. And this is why I built the entire AMC approach in our agency for our clients around what we call the language bank, which is the exact words and phrases your ideal client uses to describe their own problem or desires. When those phrases show up in your captions, it not only stops people scrolling, but it gets them engaging with your content in meaningful ways. That looks like saving and sharing your posts, hitting you up in your DMs, and actually taking the next steps to work with you. So here's what I want you to take away from today's episode. If your content is getting scrolled past and you just can't figure out why, the answer is almost always that your messaging isn't specific enough. You're writing for everyone and hoping that the right person finds it instead of writing for one specific person and trusting that everyone who identifies as that person will recognize themselves immediately. Forget trying to master the perfect AI prompt. What you actually need is a deeper understanding of your ideal client. Talk to them at every opportunity you get. Conduct interviews. Take a genuine interest in what's actually happening in their world right now. The more detailed you can be, the harder your content will work for you. Now, if you've listened to this episode and thought, I genuinely don't know if my messaging is the problem or if there's something else going on, I'd love to help you find out. I've just opened up 5 spots for an Instagram audit. And I want to be really clear about what this is because it's not just the generic advice that you'll get on ChatGPT or Claude. It's me personally reviewing your profile, your content, your captions, and your messaging, and auditing those things against our proven marketing frameworks, something that those AIs are not going to have. And then I'll give you a written strategic report with specific prioritized recommendations that you can go away and implement right away. So here's what's included: a full profile and bio audit, content and caption analysis across your last 30 days, a messaging assessment where I look at whether your content actually speaks to your ideal client or if it could belong to any business in your industry. And of course, a written report and a practical action plan. And because I don't want you to just walk away, I want you to have complete clarity. Each one of these 5 spots will include a complimentary 45-minute personal strategy session with me, valued at $500, where I'll walk you through the findings personally and make sure you know exactly what to do next. This offer ends the 31st of May and is limited to 5 spots only, so hit the link in the show notes or DM me the word audit over on Instagram to learn more. And that's a wrap on today's episode. If this episode resonated, take a screenshot and share it on your Instagram stories. Don't forget to tag me at Andrea Marie Creative because I love seeing who's listening and chatting with you over there. And if you haven't already, follow the show so you never miss an episode. If you really want to make my day, you can leave me a rating and review. It really helps the show to grow and reach more business owners. I hope you have an amazing week and I'll catch you in the next one.